Hello friends, my name is Arya and I am back for season 2. Today we are going to review a classical game of Greco Gioachino in 1620 Europe. So let's start. This game started with the classical e4 move that controls the main squares of the center such as e4, d4, e5 and d5. And this is a very central move which is right in front of the king. Black also played e5, a very classical move, same reasons such as white, that is controlling the main center squares e5, d5, e4 and d4. Now the move that white played was kind of surprising, and that is f4. f4 is a very attacking and intermediate move that straight away attacks onto the center and tries to get the center away from black in the most immediate way because it is attacking the e5 square. That is the square that black has placed his pawn on, trying to gain control of the center. Now black played a move that would not be the most preferred move, that is e takes f4. When black played e takes f4, he is losing the control of the center and is giving up the center for the f4 pawn. Better would have been the move d6, that is trying to get more protection for the pawn on e5. So after e takes f5, he would be able to capture and gain back the control over the center. Though he has lost one central pawn, he would still have better central control than he would have had before when he played e takes f4, which is a very weak move. Now white played a very logical move and a very sustaining move, that is knight to f3, getting control over the e5 and the d4 square and doing normal development. Now black played a move that is not very recommended, and that was g5. g5 is almost a dubious move as there is no exact plan for the move. Better would have been knight to c6, that is gaining control over the e5 and the d4 squares and trying to maintain the central pressure, which could have been continued with the d6 and then maybe a bishop to g4, trying to pin the knight and trying to get some counter attack for the moves that he lost while playing e takes f4 and continued by a knight takes f6. But instead he played this move, that is g5, which is very stupid actually and not recommended. Next was bishop to f4, which is a very good move, developmental, trying to attack the f7 square because when before all the pieces are developed, f7 is the weakest point in black's territory as it is only defended by the king and doesn't have a lot of protection. So by playing bishop to f4, he is attacking that point. And now black played a blunder, that was pawn to f6. Pawn to f6 was a very bad move as he is opening up the h5 to e8 diagonal, that is making all of his light squares weak, and which allows the queen to be able to go to h5 and do straight attack on the king. The f6 and f4 pawns are doubled and the g5 pawn is therefore weak. And all of black's back rank pieces have not been developed. Black is very far behind in moves and has lost 2 to 3 tempos. While on the other hand, white has 2 pieces developed. All of his other pieces can move, and the very next move, white can do a castling, which is a very good position for white. And now white played an amazing move, that is knight takes g5 and opening up the diagonal for the queen to go to h5 and give a direct and straight attack to the king, making it almost impossible to protect. White still would have been given a counter attack if black would have played a move such as d6, which gives the king a square to move to, that is king to e7, and run away from the possible attacks. But instead black became greedy all over again and played f takes g5, taking the knight. And now white crushed black by playing queen to h5, giving a direct check to the king. The king has only one more square, that is king to e7. Queen to g5 was played, giving a check to the king. The king is forced to move away because if he does not move to e8, then the queen on d8 will be captured and black is in a losing position, which he would be in any different ways because of the greediness that black showed in the beginning of the game. And so after king to e8, queen to h5 check, once again black is only left with one move, and that after that queen to e5 checkmate is inevitable and black has no more squares to move to. This game is a very good demonstration on how when you play the opening, you should keep your future plans in mind. You should keep in mind that you have to control the center, develop your pieces, don't lose any tempos, don't keep moving the same pieces again and again. And whenever your opponent gives you a free piece or lays down any free pawns or gambit lines, you always have to be careful of trap lines or immediate attacks or immediate checkmates, because that is usually the aim for these type of openings. So don't get greedy for pieces, always maintain control over the center, develop your pieces as fast as you can, don't repeat the same moves again and again, and don't be too focused on your own plans that you don't mention or look at what the opponent is doing and end up losing the game. Thank you and stay safe. So that was a very classical masterpiece played by Gioachino, and it shows us exactly how we should take advantage of the mistakes that our opponents make early on in the game. This game was played in 1620, and back then there weren't so many databases and resources that we have right now. And so this has been classified as a very high level masterpiece, as a very high level of chess. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and like and subscribe and switch on the notification bell so every time I post a new video, you can learn something new. And once again, I'll be waiting for your comments, and always make sure that whatever you watch, you should also apply, because chess is not just a game of knowledge, chess is also a game of applications, and it also teaches you how you should put your knowledge to the test in actual games. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you and stay safe.